Good afternoon. Welcome to CNN News 18. I'm Arunima. Over the next 60 minutes, we have back-to-back exclusives for you. A narco jihad story from Kashmir, which shows Pakistan's narco footprints. But first up, the big revelation in the Sidhu Moose Wala investigation. The probe has thrown up details about how Bollywood superstar Salman Khan too was a hit list of those who killed Moose Wala. That's the big exclusive that we have for you. CNN News 18 has, in fact, accessed the 9-page long interrogation report of one of the key players in this murder case, Lawrence Bishnoi. The 9-page interrogation report actually details how this plan to kill Sidhu Moose Wala was conspired, how it was executed. The meticulous planning details are right here in this 9-page report. It also tells us about how this wasn't the first time Lawrence Bishnoi was conspiring to kill anybody. Bollywood superstar Salman Khan, in fact, was on his hit list. He had carried out a full recce of Salman Khan's residence along with his associates, and he planned to kill Salman Khan as well. What exactly is this 9-page report really telling us? Let me break those pointers down for you one by one. The first thing that this tells us, the Lawrence Bishnoi interrogation report says Bishnoi wanted revenge for Khan's 1998 black buck hunt. That case is when Lawrence Bishnoi decided that he wanted to eliminate Salman Khan. Bishnoi contacted his aide Sampath Nehra to kill Salman, and then what happened? What did Sampath Nehra do? Sampath was shifted to Mumbai in order to carry out this plan. Sampath, who was already in custody, he ensured that he was moved to Mumbai. So in 2018, and as part of this conspiracy, he carried out recce of Salman's Bandra residence. He actually figured out what his plan of movement, etc., could be, very similar to how they planned the killing of Sidhu Moosewala as well. There was one man who was outside Sidhu Moosewala's residence, looking at when he was coming out, giving information to the other masterminds, exactly what happened in Salman Khan's case as well. Just to read out one paragraph from this interrogation report, what does this say? On Jan 6, 2018, in an interview with a news reporter, while being in custody of Rajasthan police, Lawrence Bishnoi announced to kill Salman Khan for killing a Chinkara deer in 1998. He says for the Bishnoi community, that's what this report says, that for the Bishnoi community, the black Chinkara deer was something which is very holy and precious, and therefore Sampath Nehra was given this task. The gangster then ordered an RK Spring rifle through a man identified as Dinesh Dagar, who lived in the same village as Nehra. Lawrence Bishnoi reportedly paid 3 to 4 lakh for this weapon. So this is what the interrogation report really says about Lawrence Bishnoi's plans of eliminating Salman Khan. Let me bring in my reporters as well who are tracking this story. Siddhant is here with me. Also Manoj Rathi is here with me. Siddhant, to you first. The way Delhi Police probe has revealed this plan of Lawrence Bishnoi. It's very clear what happened to Sidhu Moosewala was not the first time that such a murder conspiracy was being planned. They have done it before. We only know of 2 big cases, Salman Khan and Sidhu Moosewala. There could be more.
Well, that's correct, Arunima. And in fact, in 2018, I remember covering Salman Khan conviction in the Chinkara hunt case in Jodhpur. And right before Salman Khan's arrival, the open threat was issued by Lawrence Bishnoi then. Now, this particular dossier, this particular interrogation report that has been accessed by my senior colleague Manoj Gupta also suggests the same, that the conspiracy to kill Salman Khan has been going on since 2018. And in fact, Lawrence Bishnoi, who was previously in Tihar jail, was in jail, because there were many matters of land grabbing and murder were slapped on him. Then Punjab police took his custody and he was shifted to Mohali jail. So Lawrence, sitting in jail, used to function in such a manner that he used to issue instructions from the jail to the henchmen, and then henchmen used to execute the targets. Now, in this particular interrogation report also, Lawrence himself is confessing that how one Sampath Nehra was sent to Bombay to kill Salman Khan, and in fact he did recce of Salman's residence and the places where Salman usually goes out for shooting. So all those details have been mentioned here. Also, Arunima, this is perhaps for the first time we are putting out for our viewers on record the confession of Lawrence Bishnoi. But in fact, even off the record also, if as a journalist, if you interact with any of the henchmen or any of the members of the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, they will tell you that how much they hate Salman Khan. And in fact, they say that because he killed Chinkara, he hunt down Chinkara in 1999. Chinkara is something pious, something holy for the Bishnoi community in Rajasthan, Punjab and Haryana, and this is the reason that they want to take revenge. And in fact, now also when everything is very much in the open, multi-city police force was behind Lawrence Bishnoi, from Bombay police to Delhi police to Punjab police. Despite that, his statement and stand is clear that that he will continue to attempt to kill Salman Khan. So this is what Bishnoi gang's stand has been, and for the first time we are putting it out for viewers that how dangerous this person has become,
right.
how revengeful this person has become, that despite so many cases against him, despite multiple police forces interrogating him, he is still adamant,
right.
and he is still saying, he is still confessing that he is going to kill Salman Khan.
Siddhant, do hold on. Let me also bring in Manoj Rathi. He's been tracking the story from Punjab very closely. Manoj Rathi, ये जो 9 पेज की इंट्रोगेशन रिपोर्ट है जो हमारे इन्वेस्टिगेशन एडिटर मनोज गुप्ता ने एक्सेस किया है, अगर आप इसके पन्ने पढ़े तो बहुत क्लियर है कि जो सिद्धू मूसेवाला केस में हुआ, ऐसी ही मेटिकुलस प्लानिंग पहले भी हो चुकी है। जेल से बैठे बैठे जिस तरीके से लॉरेंस बिश्नोई अपने गैंग मेंबर्स से फोन पे मूसेवाला केस में बात करता रहा है, इंश्योर किया है कि उनके पास बेस्ट क्वालिटी के राइफल्स, ग्रेनेड्स, आर्म्स, एम्यूनिशंस पहुंचे, जेल से ही लोगों को भेजा गया है रेकी करने के लिए मूसेवाला का कि वो कब घर से निकल रहा है, बॉडीगार्ड के साथ निकल रहा है, बुलेट प्रूफ गाड़ी में निकल रहा है, नहीं निकल रहा है, सब कुछ बिल्कुल ऐसा ही 2018 में भी वो कर चुके हैं सलमान खान केस में। अगर तब उनको रोक दिया जाता तो शायद सिद्धू मूसेवाला जिंदा होते।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, बहुत ही जैसे मेरे कोलीग ने भी बताया कि किस तरह से ये सारी चीजें होती है, जो मोडस ऑपरेंडी इनकी, क्योंकि लगातार इन्वेस्टिगेशन में चीजें सामने आ रही हैं कि लॉरेंस बिश्नोई और कनाडा में बैठा गोल्डी बराड़ और जो इनके साथी हैं जो किस तरह से ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, इनकी जो मोडस ऑपरेंडी सेम है कि प्लानिंग पूरी करनी है, रैकी करनी है, उसके बाद शार्प शूटर्स को ऑर्डर्स देने हैं। जो राइफल की आपने बात की, जो इलीगल वेपन्स की बात की, लगातार जो भी इनके पास पैसा आता है, क्योंकि इन्वेस्टिगेशन में बड़े खुलासे सामने आ रहे हैं, लगातार पंजाब पुलिस लॉरेंस बिश्नोई से पूछताछ कर रही है कि आखिर पैसे, क्योंकि राइफल्स को खरीदना, मौज मस्ती करना, जो भी इनके गुर्गे होते हैं। संपत नेहरा की आपने बात करी, संपत नेहरा चंडीगढ़ जब मैं डीएवी कॉलेज में ये सारे साथ पढ़ते थे, संपत नेहरा मिला था। संपत नेहरा के फादर चंडीगढ़ पुलिस के ही पुलिस मुलाजिम रहे हैं। संपत नेहरा स्टार्टिंग से ही लॉरेंस बिश्नोई का बहुत खास रहा है, अभी भी तिहाड़ जेल में वो बंद है, कई आपराधिक मामले उस पर दर्ज हैं। इनकी मोडस ऑपरेंडी क्या होती थी, जैसे आपने बताया सलमान खान के मामले में 2018 में जिस तरह से रैकी हुई, प्लानिंग हुई, संपत नेहरा को जिम्मेवारी दी गई, सेम उसी तरह सिद्धू मूसेवाले मर्डर में किया गया। गोल्डी बराड़ लॉरेंस बिश्नोई की लगातार बातचीत होती थी, ये लॉरेंस बिश्नोई ने भी माना है। और जनवरी में जिस तरह से रैकी की गई सिद्धू मूसेवाले मर्डर की, कि किस तरह से वहां पर शार्प शूटर्स ने जाना है, रूट प्लान किस तरह से तैयार करना है, उनकी गाड़ियां कौन प्रोवाइड कराएगा, उनको रहने के लिए जो है वो चीजें कौन प्रोवाइड करेगा, उनको लॉजिस्टिक चीजें कौन प्रोवाइड करेगा, सारी जो चीजें हैं वो पूरी प्लान तरीके से होती है। क्योंकि अब जो शार्प शूटर पकड़े गए हैं, अरेस्ट हैं, वो लगातार नए खुलासे कर रहे हैं कि गोल्डी बराड़ ऑर्डर देता था और कोड वर्ड में बातें होती थी। ये उनकी नई नहीं है, पहले से ही जिस तरह से मोडस ऑपरेंडी होती, तो एक बहुत बड़ी गैंग ऑपरेट कर रहा है लॉरेंस बिश्नोई, बहुत बड़ी, और जिसमें कई जो गुर्गे हैं उनके जो रंगदारी जो है, थ्रेट कॉल करते हैं बिजनेसमैन से, जो बड़े बड़े जो ऑनर्स होते हैं, इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट होते हैं, उनसे पैसे मांगे जाते हैं 20 लाख 50 लाख। क्योंकि पिछले दिनों में यह भी देखा गया है कि जो सेलिब्रिटीज हैं, पंजाबी मूवीज के जो सिंगर्स हैं, उनसे भी जो है फिरौती मांगी गई है 20 लाख 25 लाख, और ये उन पैसों की मौज मस्ती करते हैं, हथियार जो है वो खरीदते हैं। और इनकी सिद्धू मूसेवाले की अगर हम बात करें तो बहुत ज्यादा खुलासे हुए हैं कि किस तरह से पूरी प्लानिंग, पूरी तरह से रैकी हुई, और उसके बाद ऑर्डर दिए गए कि आपने वहां जाना है, हथियार उसको देना है, इसको देना है। ये कई चीजें लगातार जो है वो सामने आ रही हैं। इसको कह सकते हैं कि जैसे हमारे कोलीग ने भी जानकारी दी कि इन लोगों की मोडस ऑपरेंडी और इनकी जो गैंग है वो लगातार बढ़ती जा रही है। 2018 में जो भी चीजें हुई, रैकी हुई, और उसके बाद सेम वही चीज सिद्धू मूसेवाले मर्डर का हुआ। हाई प्रोफाइल मर्डर हुआ, बड़ी बेरहमी से सिद्धू मूसेवाले को मारा गया, और उसके बाद पूरी प्लानिंग के तहत जिस तरह से गोल्डी बराड़ लगातार जो रैकी कर रहे थे, केकड़ा नाम सामने आया जिसको अरेस्ट किया, उसको लगातार वो फोन पर था कि सिद्धू मूसेवाले का घर का गेट खुल चुका है। तो गोल्डी बराड़ फिर जो शार्प शूटर थे उनको फोन करके कह रहा था अलर्ट हो जाओ, गेट खुल चुका है। उसके बाद फोन आता है कि ब्लैक कलर की थार गाड़ी है, PB 65 नंबर है, वो निकल रहा है। तो उसके बाद गोल्डी बराड़ शार्प शूटर जो दूर पे खड़े थे उनको इंस्ट्रक्शन देता है कि बिल्कुल रेडी हो जाओ और बिल्कुल जो है वो अब आने वाला है, और उसके बाद तुम अपना काम कर देना। वैसे ही सेम होता है, पूरी गाड़ियां उसके पीछे लगाई जाती हैं, करोला गाड़ी और जो बोलेरो गाड़ी। उसके बाद वारदात को अंजाम देने के बाद भी गोल्डी बराड़ उनको इंस्ट्रक्शन देता है कि आप लोगों ने उधर जाना है, हथियार वहां देने हैं। ये सारा प्लान होता है। ये नहीं है कि पहले से ही ये सारी चीजें प्लान होती हैं। जो गोल्डी बराड़ के बारे में जानकारी मिली है कि लगातार कोड वर्ड में जो बात कर रहा था, लगातार जो इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रहा था शॉटर्स को कि तुमने यहां पे ठहरना है, तुम्हें यहां पर ये मिलेगा, उसके बाद तुम्हें आगे वो चीजें, क्योंकि ठिकाने लगातार बार बार बदले जाते हैं। क्योंकि कई ऐसे मर्डर सामने आए हैं। चंडीगढ़ में भी एक मर्डर हुआ था, सोनू शाह मर्डर हुआ था, उसमें भी सेम इसी तरह की मोडस ऑपरेंडी अपनाई गई थी। पूरी प्लानिंग हुई, पूरी रैकी हुई, उसके बाद वारदात को अंजाम देने के बाद वहां से फरार हो जाते हैं। ये बड़े जो मामले हैं, हाई प्रोफाइल मामले हैं, इसमें भी सेम यही मोडस ऑपरेंडी जो है वो अपनाई गई है।
Manoj Rati and Siddhant, I'll request both of you to hold on there. We've just discussed this exclusive interrogation report of Lawrence Bishnoi, which has been accessed by our colleague Manoj Gupta, that tells us how in 2018 a plan was made to kill Salman Khan. That plan didn't work out, but the same modus operandi replicated as far as Sidhu Moosewala case is concerned. What does this interrogation report really tell us about Sidhu Moosewala case? First thing, Moosewala was named in the murder of Bishnoi's close ally Vicky. Who is Vicky? This is one associate of Lawrence Bishnoi with whom he went to college together. When he got admitted for law, that is when his association with Vicky came up, and he suspected that Moosewala had a hand in Vicky's death as well. Bishnoi wanted revenge. He planned to gun down Moosewala for the killing of his friend. That's what Lawrence Bishnoi believed. Lawrence then met Hasim, a Delhi-based gangster in Tihar jail. Lawrence Bishnoi was in Tihar jail. Even there, he was not really repenting for all the crimes that he had done. He was planning for a fresh murder. Hasim was the man he contacted there. His henchman Shahrukh was then zeroed upon to eliminate Sidhu Moosewala. These were the people who Lawrence Bishnoi was speaking to while he was in Tihar jail. Shahrukh carried out recce's of Sidhu's village in Mosse, and that is what the report that he gave, based on which the plan was hashed. Lawrence then instructed Goldie Brar to eliminate Sidhu. Goldie Brar was sitting in Canada. My colleagues were just telling us how Goldie Brar, sitting in Canada, was on the phone line with the people called Kekra, somebody who was doing the recce and then passing instruction to Fauji, telling him that he has now come out, kill him. Siddhant, not surprising at all. I mean, this is what policemen have been telling us, that this is the level of meticulous planning that has happened. The kind of evidence that Delhi police has managed to unearth, the confession report itself may not be an evidence in court, but the supportive evidence is good enough now to end Lawrence Bishnoi's murder factory once and for all.
That's correct, Arunima, and you yourself have been covering MHA. And here question also goes for Tihar jail administration, because last year only we did a story that how likes of Sukesh Chandrasekhar have been making calls sitting in Tihar jail and extorting money from businessmen. Now this is the another case where Goldie Brar and Lawrence Bishnoi, one of the dreaded gangsters of recent times, speaking to each other, issuing instructions from the jail, and hatching this entire conspiracy of killing Sidhu Moosewala. Not just that, despite the intel agencies, despite the police forces having his confession that he can be planning to kill Salman Khan, no precautionary measures were taken before that threat letter incident, if you remember, Arunima, which was handed over to Salim Khan in Mumbai outside Salman's residence. So no precautions were taken at that point in time. After after which, the entire system came in action, and, the security was given to Salman Khan, and then Mumbai police also assured security. So the question here goes out that how easy is how flexible the system inside Tihar jail is, that such gangsters like Lawrence Bishnoi, one of the dreaded gangster, is operating so easily. He killed one popular pop star of Punjab. Now he is threatening Salman Khan that he will kill him. And Delhi police, the other police forces, having his confession, knowing his plans, are unable to do or stop such kind of killing. The question goes to Tihar administration also, the jail administration, that how easy and how flexible the rules inside the system inside the jail works. This also establishes that ornament. I think that is the major issue, which in fact the government also should step in and should take cognizance of that.
Right, that's an important point that you're raising, Siddhant. It not just talks about Lawrence Bishnoi, it also is a reflection on how jails are operated in this country. How easy is it for people like Sukesh and people like Lawrence to completely lead to a collapse of our jail mechanisms? Let me bring in my guests to understand this further. Former IPS officer Shashikant sir is here with us, also senior journalist Hemant Attri is here with us. Thank you so much, both of you, for taking time out. Mr. Shashikant, first to you. We've just put out for our viewers that 9-page interrogation report of Lawrence Bishnoi, where he is confessing that Sidhu Moosewala was not his first foray into a high-profile murder. In 2018, he had conspired similarly for Salman Khan, and there's such uncanny similarities between the planning and conspiracy of the two cases that it makes me say, if Lawrence's conspiracy in Salman Khan's case had been exposed, perhaps Moosewala would have lived today.
Yeah, I've seen in my life, I've seen several intelligence against operations. This particular planning, I think, gives them all credit. These are one of the best plannings, unfortunately, that I've come to know about. And secondly, you were talking about the prison houses. Unfortunately, but again, it's a fact. Prison houses have become the safest places to plan out whatever action these guys want to take and to execute them. I'll add one line here. I know of one prisoner who was in a jail. Okay, he was in Firozpur. He was ensuring that consignments of drugs started from Afghanistan on to Pakistan, on to India and abroad. This is the level of security that these guys sitting in the prison houses feel that nobody can touch them, as if they are the owners of the prison houses. And I'm sure that the channel is exposing this all. I'm sure that there should be and there will be a detailed investigation by the government agencies about all these loopholes which need to be plugged in at the earliest possible. Otherwise, unfortunately, there are several Salman Khans and Moosewalas, etc., who are very, very vulnerable, unfortunately.
Hemant Attri, till yesterday, the focus was completely on the Punjab government. Everybody, especially the opposition members, were attacking the Maan government for downgrading of Moosewala's security and making that information public. But it's not just one government wing, one government agency, as this interrogation report exposes. Jails as high profile as Tihar, jails in Mumbai, the entire mechanism of how these gangs operate tells you a lot about how deep the rot is.
Precisely, Arunima, that is the point. See, all around, wherever you see, in any state you see, all these things are happening freely. You keep calling about these jammers and everything, but imagine what Mr. Lawrence Bishnoi was doing. He had an access to free internet there while being in Tihar jail, such a high security jail. Forget about having a regular network. He was having internet network through which he was calling via telegram in Canada. The thing is, what the state governments are doing, and this is not a problem of the states only. There are certain central jails also wherein there is no facility like jammers. The real point is that if at all you have to control this heinous crime of murders, dacoities, and furthermore these extortions, first and foremost thing that you have to do is you have to put jammers effectively in all jails, all, maybe state jails, maybe central jails. That is point number one. Number two, 80% of the conspiracies of heinous crimes, they are being, hatched in high-profile jails, particularly where these high-profile accused are lying there. So the thing is, in what effective way the state governments, the central government can even give a special kind of a, one-time aid to the states to ensure that these jammers are there in order to curb not only international crimes but transnational crimes also.
All right, all right.
If you have recently seen what Mr. Bishnoi has been doing, all these connections are through Canada.
Okay.
So the government of India as well as the state governments, they have to sit together and they have to get out a plan, a white paper they have to bring out as to how they will approach to the situation.
Right.
That is the only way. Otherwise, they will keep alleging each other, and there is no way out. And all these criminals will have a free run.
I know for the Kot Lakhpat jail, for the jails in Jammu and Kashmir, a decision was taken to move out terrorists to other parts. They were sent to Uttar Pradesh. They were sent to other parts of the country to break their nexus. Is such a thing the need of the hour for jails across the country as well? Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me and discussing this crucial